Hello, Plannerettes. Thank you so much for joining me. You know me and my impromptu live streams here on YouTube. It is currently Thursday evening here in Sydney, Australia, 9 p.m. If you are tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm Marianne, and here I talk about planning, habit tracking, self-care, and making sure you move from overwhelm, stress, anxious thoughts, being stuck, to a little bit more calm, clearer, and put some joyful self-care and intentional joy into your planning. So I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. If you are tuning in, there's someone else. Keep me company, because normally with these live streams where I don't announce it, nobody knows, and who knows, you might still be sleeping wherever you are in the world. Today I thought, look, I'm going to be labeling my clear divider tabs in my A5 Filofax garden organizer in the dusk print. This was gifted to me by Filofax, but they have given me an affiliate discount code. Check out the description check out the links in the description below. You can get 20% off non-leather items using Marianne20. This video is not a sponsored video, but I have made clear divider tabs for my A5 planner. As you can see here, these ones here are made actually from document envelopes. So I've cut up a document envelope to an A5 size, added some tabs on the side. If you do check the description, I have the video on how I made it. In that video, I think that one that I showed or linked up to is made with laminated sheets. So just normal laminating pouch run through a laminating machine that makes it harder and stiffer, and then you can cut that up to size. So actually whatever planner size you have, the same foundation and the same steps can be taken. All you got to do is just measure the size of the dimension of whatever planner inserts you have, and you just add extra bit either on the side if you want side tabs, extra bit at the top if you want top or bottom tabs, like I have right here at the bottom. So let me just quickly... Hello there, Aryan. Nice to see you from Malaysia. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here in Sydney. What time is it over there? Is it evening? Let me know. And is it Thursday already? Let me know. Aryan, nice to meet you. And yay, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me pop that volume back up, and exactly. Yay, indeed. Welcome. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. So, as the thumbnail suggests, I am going to be labeling my clear divider tabs today. And let's quickly check. So I have written down exactly what labels I'm going to add to the side tabs. I'm going to keep everything the same for my bottom tab dividers. And so then that way, 6:03 p.m. right now. So excellent. Good evening. It'll be dinner time. So I have just written out what all the labels I want for my side tabs. I've got two sets here. So I've got the first set for the planner pages that I'm going to use normally, and then I've got the back one. And the label maker I'm going to be using today is the Dymo LetraTag label maker. This is the desktop version. There is also a handheld one, and of course prices will differ. The desktop version is a little bit more expensive. They're not too expensive. I don't think they're as expensive now when I bought them a few years back. Hello there, Susan. Nice to see you. I hope you are all well. It's 10:03 a.m. Thursday morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, now I was actually, because I moved into an A5 again, moving from, me, for those of you that do know me, I like to change things up all the time. So for October, I was in an A5 disc-bound planner. So it's sort of like a hybrid Franken planning, where I used a Hobonichi cousin cover with the cover on cover, my A5 planner pages by disc bound them, so then I can use the Happy Planner discs that I wasn't really using with my other planners. And so, and then of course, as I said, I was gifted the Filofax garden organizer. And so I thought, you know what, that will look really nice. And then I coordinated it with the personal size Saffiano in blush. And then if you have a look at my most recent live stream. It is for nearly 3 hours, but I went through and showed you what's inside this. There is a highlight video of just showing what's inside this. I'm currently working on editing a highlight video of what's inside this one. So if you just wanted to see what's inside of these, for this one, it's coming up soon. And so I moved my planner pages from the hybrid one to this one. And so my clear divided tabs, I've moved pages around, and so I had taken off what I had originally had on this from probably, I think, August, September. And so I want to relabel them. So I'm going to relabel them with you today. And I had actually run out of my clear divided tab. So the one that I had purchased, this is many, refills already, because this is a few years old now. So the Dymo LetraTag label makeup label that I was using is the clear plastic one. And let me show you how they look on my personal size planner. So I just made these today. So this size, you can have the labels in multiple sizes. Extra small, this is small, this is medium. You can also have it italicized. So this is in italic. You can have insert symbols. And also, I think what I'm going to try today, see if it works out, is you can also label on 2 lines. So then if you want to save up on using too much tape, because at the beginning of a print there's a little margin, and then at the end of the print there's some margin. And so if you're like me that don't want to spend too much all the time on the label, I did buy a generic version that is compatible. So I have added that in the description. So this is the Dymo version. And then if you open the back, this is the, can I get it out? This is sort of like the generic compatible version. So it is clear plastic, and that's what I want for these. So then that way you don't see the white label. So I think it worked out. You know how sometimes when you do use a generic brand, maybe the quality print is not as good, but this one, it works well. Now, because these are heat printing label makers, of course they fade in time, because then sunlight can fade them as well. And so if you take your planner in your car, and you might leave it on the dashboard of your car, or where there's direct sunlight, it may fade the ink because it is heat printed. Thank you so much for the likes already. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So look, Marianne, stop talking. Let's get on with it, okay? So the first one that I'm going to label, so this is, so I've got the side tab. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, I made these myself with document envelopes, or you can use laminated sheets. And depending on how many sections you want, you can have, 7 tabs on the side. You can have 4, you can have 3, and all you do is divide the height of the divider into however many tabs, and that's the width. That's going to be the width of that tab, the size of that tab. Same thing here, as you can see at the bottom. I've made clear divided tabs for the bottom of my planner. So these are my fun trackers. And I will also need to make some top tabs, because I want to put in my expense trackers in the A5. So I'll probably do that on another impromptu live. And so if you're around, come and join. And that is why it's really important to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notify button, that little bell, so then you know when I do, come up from time, go live from, non-planned ones. Okay, so what I'm going to make is I'm going to make label for my calendar, habit tracker, my well-being spread, my weekly, my gratitude log, my victory log, my other goals trackers, journal pages, brain dump and running to-do list, my halt and burnout pages, future log, running total, MC or miscellaneous, I think that might be, and debit accounts. Oh, okay. So these last three here, these last three are going to be for my top tabs. So I won't make them today, or I'll see how I go with printing it. So I want to test out on the Dymo LetraTag label maker the 2 lines. So then you'll see how instead of having the labels only on one line and then spreading all this out onto one line and then take up a lot of the tape, I want to see what it looks like if I put calendar and the habit tracker on 2 lines, which means I'm saving up on the amount of tape that I'm going to use. So this is really good if you don't want to spend too much on the refills. So first we turn it on. Let's go, turn it on, Dymo. And as you can see, I made that today label earlier because I just received the parcel from Amazon today. So that's why I can now make the rest. Okay, so that's that one, and it's italized. Charmaine, nice to see you. Good morning from Philadelphia, USA. Good evening to my Southern Hemisphere friends. Yes, it is 9:12 p.m. here in Sydney. Thank you so much for joining, Charmaine. Charmaine, this is your first time in the live chat. Is that correct? If so, well, hooray! Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. It's always a party here at the Marianne Crest channel when we have new friends coming in the live chat. Unless, of course, my brain fog has come through and you have been here. But who doesn't want the confetti? We'll always love confetti. Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's get back. So that's the today. And if you press this little white back arrow, it'll erase each individual letter, number, or character. Or you can, where is it? I do have clear. Okay, if you want clear, it clears the whole thing, especially if you've typed a lot of labels. It'll clear the whole thing, and it will also actually go back to the default size print. So just be mindful of that. I've done that. I pressed the clear button, and then thinking it might still be in the small size font, I've typed, printed it, and then it was actually in medium size. And so for these clear divided tabs, I need them to be small enough so then it can fit within that width, okay? Let's have a look. Yes, this is my first time in the live chat, but I have been watching your channel for a long time. Oh, Charmaine, thank you. I love that. Well, it's so lovely to see you in the live. Big hearts indeed. Yay, yes, that's right. Two lovely new plannerets in the live chat today. Thank you both for being here. So, just be mindful if you do press the clear button, it clears everything, but it also makes it go back to the default size, whatever that is. So I normally, this is medium. You'll see in a second when I press button. So I'm just going to clear the today, okay? And then if you press the format button, that's when you can change the size. So format and then the size, and then if it's on that screen, that screen, if you toggle the buttons up and down, you can do borders, style, size, and then say borders, style, and size. So we're going to change the size. So press OK. And then see how currently it's in medium because that's the big today divided tab I heard earlier. But I want it to be small. let's go, so it goes extra small. I want it to be in small size. So for this, and press OK, of course, to make sure it keeps it at that. Now, like I said, I want to make the calendar. So this is what will be, this is what I want. So that's the tape. So normally if you just go and print as is, it'll be calendar, habit tracker. But what I want to try first off is to see if it'll work. It'll print habit, it'll print calendar and habit tracker. Now I want to see if there is enough space for me to cut right in the middle of the two, because sometimes the space between the two lines is too narrow, and if I cut in the middle, it might cut the letters. But fingers crossed, we'll do it live and you can see it with me. So first of all, I'm going to type calendar, okay, as you can see, it is currently italicized. I don't want it italic. So if we press the format button again, all right, size, borders, style. So under style is where you will find italic, bold, normal, vertical. So then you can actually have labels going down like this. Shadow, you can create a shadow on your text. Outline, so instead of a bold letter, you can create outlines. This would be good if you do the extra large font, but I don't want that. Italic, so I want it, oh no, I want it normal. So let's do that again. So it's currently italic. I'll change it to style, press OK, and I want it to be normal. There we go. Now it's just normal, straight up and down without the slant. So calendar, okay. So there we go, calendar. And then I think it is under, bear with me, I think it is under insert. Let's see, insert, symbols. We don't want symbols. Second line. So for this one, if you want to print two lines, one on top of the other, press the insert button, and then the up and down arrow will toggle between date. You can create labels for your date. So if you do a lot of preserving, or you like to freeze, your food, that's a good one. So then you know exactly when you put it in the fridge. Date, symbols, so that could be your exclamation mark, at, hashtag, lines, forward slash, backward slash, and many other ones, and tiny little pictures as well. But today we're going to do second line, okay? So let's press OK. So now, as you can see, calendar is the first line. There's the, let me see if I can use my, what is this called? Tweezers. So as you can see, first line is calendar, and next we're going to type in the second line, which we said is going to be habit tracker. So let's go habit, space, tracker. So I'm just going to print that first before to see if there's enough space between the two. So once that's done, I'm going to press print. It's going to come out here from the back. Let's go. There it is. So the backing is white, but the tape is clear. And here is the cutter. And let's go and see. Okay, that's quite nice. So that's really good if you are creating labels and you want, you need two lines, especially if it doesn't fit, the width of your tabs. But for this one, I'm going to have it so then it is, I'm going to cut it up. So one label per tab. Let me just pop this so then I know where we are. So this is the first tab I'm going to label. And then, where are my pair of scissors? This is a pen style pair of scissors, oh, I'll make sure I forgot to add this in the description, but if you go into my Amazon store under stationery tools, you'll find the pen styles. So if you go and travel with your planner kit and your pencil case and you need a pair of scissors, and to avoid, stabbing yourself with pointy sharp scissors, this is a great one, and it doesn't take up much space, and then it has a lock, and then if you press that down, or actually press it, push it up, it releases the lock, and now you have a pair of scissors. Isn't that great? And then you can grab different colors. So as you know, this is sort of like my coloring in the teal, the light turquoise. And so I'm going to cut. So here's the thing as well. If you're going to create a lot of labels, try and type them all one after the other. If you're going to type only one line, in between, what I do in between each word, I go and press space bar 3 times. So then it creates a little bit of space. But if you are printing one label at a time only, see how it creates a margin at the beginning and a margin at the end. And so, of course, that's fine if that's what you need. Maybe if you're putting it on the tabs of your files and you have, the area you're going to stick it on is wide enough. But for mine, it's quite narrow, so I am going to cut the excess tape. So then that way you don't see any of the tape when I place it down. So I also like to cut the excess at the top and the bottom. So that way you see very little of the clear tape. So this is what I was talking about with doing 2 lines, is see how there's not enough space in between the 2 labels, and so it can be a little bit harder to try and trim right in the middle. And the other thing as well is the backing of the labels, it's split in 2. So if you are going to cut it in the middle, essentially it's going to be very difficult to peel the backing because you might be cutting it right in the middle. So because I did buy quite a bit of spare label cartridges, I'm going to, to make it easy for myself, I'm not going to use 2 lines, because I know with me, I'm going to cut it so close, I might cut the top or the bottom letters of one or the other. Okay, but I wanted to show you how it looks if you wanted to, if you're interested in getting a label maker for yourself and you are interested in the Dymo LetraTag label maker. Hang on a second. Yes, I am drinking coffee at late o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, because I've got a Zoom meeting to join a little bit later. So I need to keep myself up. But I did have a nap. So I have had my rest. Okay, so here's the first label that we have, and I'm going to place that there. And of course, without the label, the backing, this will be clear. And so now, because this is 2 lines and I'll cut it right in the middle, it's now going to be very difficult to peel the backing, because the last thing you want is to be putting too much of your fingerprint on the sticky bit, because then it'll come off a lot easier through wear and tear. And then sometimes, of course, when you put the your fingerprint on it, it doesn't stay, it's not as clean now because it's got that little smudge. Look, what I'm going to do, because I hate to be on here peeling the backing of these 2 labels and take me the whole hour, I'm going to put them aside, and I'm going to label those 2 later, maybe off camera, when we have a little bit more. I will take a look at these labels because I have the exact label maker. Thank you for sharing. You do? Yes. Look, I'll be honest, I only found out that the double lines probably only a few months ago, Charmaine. I thought it was a different version of Dymo label maker that did the second line, and I thought, why wouldn't it be? Just to cancel, because I want to clear all the setting. I don't want the two lines. I'm just going to press the clear all, and then instead of going back one letter at a time, I'm going to clear the whole thing, and it's much easier. Clear all, okay, boop, there we go. But now what's happened is the size of the font, I think that's extra small, small, medium, is large. And I don't want large labels because I only have small tabs. So first thing, format, size, okay. I want it to be small, okay. All right, so look, I'm not going to do the double line because it's going to take me a long time to peel that backing. So I'm going to go and type in all these ones here. Actually, I'm going to type, I'll type as much as I can because this has limited characters on what you can type. So while I am typing away, I might just put some music on. Okay, let me just reduce the audio. So I'm going to do well-being, and I want a dash in between the well and the being. So let me show you inserting symbols, okay? So if we press insert, there we go, symbols, press OK, and look at all these symbols. So you got all, look, you even have little pictures. So this is great if you've got files that you want to go and, you know, let's say, you know, the dog insurance, pest control phone number, whatever it is, you can go and toggle through all these little images. Aren't they cute? There's a coffee, there's a time. Okay, so many. This reminds me of the, you know, old computers, yeah? So many, maybe if you need to label some toxic things, there we go, broken stuff, so many symbols. But, and of course, there's numbers. So if you need to make a label with numbers on it. But for today, I am going to go and, where is my little dash? There it is. And then look, you can toggle to the left or right and press OK. There it is. There is a dash in between. So now I can keep typing. Whoop, well-being. Okay, well-being. Ooh, Charmaine says, you are definitely showing me things I have not ever used on this label maker, and I have had this label maker for years, right? Because we normally just get the label maker for just words or text. But, you know, I mean, even now, just me toggling through the symbols, it's like, oh, I didn't know all of those was there because, you know, maybe I might want to label things because I have lots of craft tubs of different supplies. You know, I can label all of my things there. So well-being, what do I, yep, so I'm going to keep it at well-being. And so with regards to, remember how I said, because I'm going to cut each label one at a time, I'm going to press space bar 3 times just to create the space. So then 1, 2, 3, and then keep going. Okay, so well-being weekly, and then again 1, 2, 3, gratitude log, and in between 1, 2, 3, victory log, log, 1, 2, 3. Now, what if you saw that you spelled victory log, you know, incorrectly? So you can go and, you know, erase one letter at a time, or there is also, let me see, where is it? It is somewhere. I think it's this one. See how you can go right to the beginning, or you can go and toggle one letter at a time. So instead of maybe erasing the whole thing because you know you'd spotted a spelling mistake a few words earlier, you can go and toggle left or right and then not have to worry about deleting one letter at a time. Okay, so that's another one I only discovered recently as well, because because I thought, what else can this label maker do that I didn't know about? Okay, so we're at the end, so I'm just going to press spacebar 3 times again. 1, 2, 3, just to create that space. Goals. Oops, see how goals, so I can go, and this one will erase rather than toggle back. Okay, goals. What else? There's goals and goals tracker. Goals tracker space. I'm going to put it down so then I can type a bit quicker, but because it's at an angle, you can't see it all. The next one I have is journal. So 1, 2, 3, journals. 1, 2, 3, brain dump. Now here I want to add, because on one of my tab is my brain dump and running to-do list. So I want to put a plus symbol. Again, insert symbols. Yes, that's the one I want. And then there is the plus button. Toggle to the left and OK. So there it is. It's added the plus. Space and then running. Oops. Look what happened. Okay, too many characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the plus running. Okay, so it can only do a certain number of characters. So I'm fine with that. I'm going to print it. And I'm going to drink my coffee while we're waiting. So yeah, I think Dymo LetraTag label maker, like I said, this is the desktop version. There is also the smaller handheld version. Now, I don't know if they have the same functionality. I think it might just be price-wise. And so, oh, hang on. Look what I did. Can I cancel? Too late. I wasn't paying attention. Look how big this is. Oh no, it cancelled it. So look, I pressed the cancel. I meant to do that. I meant to make the mistake. So here I am talking to you, all of you, saving tape, and I made a mistake. That's why you technically shouldn't talk and do multitask, because you won't be paying attention to the size. So you can cancel the print midway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off. Oh poop, look at that. I can't even reuse them because I don't know where I'll use them. They just, maybe I'll hold on to it and just pop it somewhere. So we won't throw them, we'll use them for something else. So instead of deleting the whole thing, because I want to keep the text. So all I got to do is change the size. So can you see here? The A is pretty much on the large size. So let's go try this again. Format, size, okay. Large, no thank you. Extra large, no. Extra small, no. Small, okay. Yes. So maybe I didn't press OK the last time, but to check that you are on the right size, that's the one. If you can see the little lines, the little step that goes up. I'm trying to do it back. There we go. Doop, 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 doop. Stepping up means bigger size. Okay. Small, brain dump. I wonder if I can fit the running to do now, because of course, maybe that was just too many. We will try. Symbols, plus, okay, space, running. See, when you do, now it is still too many characters. Okay, so regardless of whether it is small font or not, it only accepts a certain number of characters. So let me just double check again. Small size, yes, okay, print. Yes, that's right, because you hit the clear all, so we cleared out all the formatting. Got it, yeah? Okay, so first thing, so that's why actually majority of the time, I just like to erase it one at a time. So then that way I don't have to go and, make a mistake like this. Maybe I'll be able to use this somewhere else. Maybe in my journaling, how the victory log helps me. Maybe you can just write, to do instead of the running part. Yes, now because I want it to be on the same line. So if I did just the running, it'll break it up, and I want, just me personally, Charmaine, I like to have it all lined up. And of course, because if you cut up the edges, you can clearly see if they overlap, you'll see it won't be as clear. So, but yeah, I could have done that too, but I want the running to do on one line or on the second line. I'll show you once I get to that part. Okay, so now let's cut it. Whew, whew. Yes, that's better. Now it will fit, and as you can see from the other one. So what I would like to do is then I'll just like to trim all the edges. Okay, so instead of maybe cutting them one label at a time, I'll cut them in the middle. So the 3 space in between each word will give you an ample space to cut in between without, and avoid having to cut any of the letters if they are too close together. So I'm just going to cut the excess at the bottom and then excess at the top. Now, it gets to be quite difficult if you have nails, and then suddenly now you have to go and hold on to such a tiny little label. So then now, as you can see, cut off as much of the excess label as possible. And then I just want to make sure I'm not cutting in between the letters. I was thinking just omit the word running and use the word to do instead. But running to do is actually the name of the printable I sell, Charmaine. So running to do list. So it's that's why I need to keep it. So yeah, so it's not so much just a to-do list, it's like a week. But yeah, I could have just done the to-do list, but because I wanted to refer to the printable that I sell in my shop, hence I need to keep the full name. But I know where you're at. Oh, they look good this size, and they will fit nicely onto the width of my, I'm gonna put it here so I don't lose them, the width of the divided tabs. So I like to have, let me see if I can do this, measure this, the width of my tabs, I like it to be in inches, about 3/8 of an inch. Oh, I get it. Yeah, we need things just the way we are. Very particular about our stationery. Yes. So you understand me. That's good. So either 3/8 of an inch or 90 millimeter. So of course, depending on your own preference, where's this go? Depending on your own preference, you might want to have wider tabs, so then they stick out a little bit more, and then of course you can afford to make bigger labels. I don't like them sticking out too much. The reason for as well is I want to keep my tabs uniform throughout my planner sizes, and of course for the personal size, if it's too wide, then when they close, it starts to protrude, or it might start pressing on the pen if I have a pen holder there. So sometimes you might just want it really narrow. You don't want it to stand out too much, and you just need that little bit of tab to be able to go and move from one set of pages to the other. So what do I have? So this one is my Wellbeing Planner spread. And so this is for this spread here. Okay, so this is my Wellbeing Planner spread that has my the habits and routines for the 7 key areas of focus that I have that I would like to do on a weekly basis. It does also have a Wheel of Life pie chart, but because this pie chart is based on how consistent I was with the habits from the previous week, I wasn't on top of my habits the previous week because I did have a particular project, my Halt check-in webinar. So instead of leaving it blank and me going maybe like a reminder that I didn't get to do my habits, what I did is I drew a little mason jar with flowers, continuing the theme of my weekly spread. So you will find this towards the end of that the live stream from this week. Okay, so now as you can see, there's my tab there. I'm going to just use a precision tweezer to place it the best I can in the middle, and then towards the edge of the tab rather than in the middle. Okay, so see how I do have quite a bit of, will it focus? Quite a bit of space, but instead of putting it in the middle, I do want it closer to the tab because sometimes I might have other things that might cover it, like these other labels. So that's one. Next one is my weekly spread. So here's my weekly. Now, because it is clear divided tab, of course, the label on the other side is backwards. I'm fine with it. I don't need to have a second one for this side. Really, it's just so then I sort of get to know which tab, you know, first, second, third, which one will be for what spread. But because I have moved to this planner only the beginning of the week, my muscle memory of trying to remember what tab is what for what spread, I really need to have these labels on there. Okay, so there's weekly, right? So that's one. And the next one is my gratitude log. So, you know, the brain likes to focus on the things that we feed it. So, of course, if we feed it negative thinking, if we feed it with the shoulda, woulda, couldas, if we feed it with self-doubt and limiting beliefs or things, you know, not going right, that's what it will start to spot. Oh, here's another thing that didn't go right, Miriam. You know, here's another day that you didn't get to do all of your tasks and routines. So by having a practice or habit, I'm going to do this way, of writing down daily. For me, I don't write daily all the time, you know. You can start to notice the things that you are thankful and grateful for. So whether you write it in the morning or in the evening. Oh, hello there, the Creator Classroom. Hi, nice to see you. This is your wake-up time normally. Yes, you're just about getting ready for the day. Nice to see you, Jennifer. Thanks you for joining. Oops, upside down this way. Okay, so there's the gratitude log. So that's the first 3. Let's have a look what it looks like now. Look at that. It's pretty. Wellbeing planner spread. So now instead of having to flick through, where's that page? Where's that page? I can now go, okay, let's have a look at my wellbeing planner spread. You know, let's write my morning log. Ta-da. Okay, let's look at the weekly spread. Ta-da. Let's look at the gratitude spread. Ta-da. Okay, next one on the list is our victory log. Let's have the scissors. So next, I've got victory log, goals tracker, journals, and brain dump. So let's cut the edges first, top and bottom. And whoops. There we go. Very nice and legible, yes. And so, of course, because it is, like I said, the Dymo LetraTag label maker is heat printed the heat of your fingertips can also make them fade. So, you know, they will fade through wear and tear. So it's okay if you go, oh, they didn't last, you know, but long. But these ones have lasted me for a number of years. So because it's, you know, folded up, and I don't take my planner outside with me. These ones stay indoors. So, you know, just be mindful that if you do take yours out in the heat or in the car and then wonder why your labels have now faded, these are heat printed label maker. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we? Let's just clean up, because clean as you go, clean as you go. Let's have a look. So where are we? Victory log. Okay, so again, just the same as the gratitude log, making sure you write down the wins of the day. And these don't have to be major wins, you know. Here we go. Monday was a victory. I told a friend of mine, I just did a 3-hour live stream. Where are we? Victory log. And she goes, I don't think I would have lasted that long without needing to use the bathroom. And even I was quite surprised with that, because I was drinking water throughout the stream. I mean, once I finished the live stream, I ran to the bathroom. And so so that was a good victory log, a victory win for the day. I did 100 skips. I'm going to try, because I want to add some cardio in my day, because, you know, they said try and add some cardio in your day, in your week, at least 3 times. You know, heart health, because, you know, heart issues are big problems for women. Actually, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but this was one that I heard a few years back, that, you know, heart health or health issues when it comes to the heart is actually higher than all the other, you know, female cancers put together. I don't know. Don't quote me. Please don't quote me. Or if you do know, educate us. But yeah, so it's important that we look after our heart. And because I also have recently found out that I have mild hypertension, so high blood pressure, have to take medication now. It's important that I look after my heart. And so instead of waiting until something goes wrong, you know, I turned 50 at the beginning of the year. Instead of waiting for something to go wrong, while I am able, you know, I mean, of course, it's even better if we start younger. We don't have to wait until, you know, perimenopause kicks in or any of that stuff. It's important to look after our health. And if we're able, let's do it now. So I thought, you know what? Let's start on 100 skips a day. So I'm going to see if I can do 100 skips each and every day. No particular time frame yet, because the goal is to just skip for 100 skips. If I only do 50, that is still better than 0. So there's no particular goal on how many days or for how long, or, you know, if skipping on with both feet up, or, you know, one leg at a time. So really, it's just to get my heart rate up, you know, increase that cardio to help my heart health. Okay, so there's my goals tracker. So my Wheel of Life goals for October. I got to write up mine for November. There's my get outside for a walk. I started on the 30th of September, missed a few days. And then this is where my 100 skips a day is starting. So I'm using the 90 movement challenge. So check out my shop at mariannecresp.com and you can get that. So either a 90 movement or a 90 workout. And then there's my blood pressure. So it's mild and then moderate. So the orange is worse than the yellow. So that's before I started taking, or just when I started taking medication. So it's getting better, more yellows than orange. So I don't want orange because that's getting into the not good territory. And then there was one green. So slowly, I've just got a small dosage first month for my blood pressure. had a blood test yesterday to make sure that it doesn't have any effects on my kidneys. So we'll fingers crossed, okay? So let's have a look. 100 skips is an amazing victory. Congratulations. I'm not that successful at launching myself off the ground. I do try to ride my bike 3 times a week. That's it. It doesn't have to be, I did buy myself a walking pad as well, but at the moment it's got junk on it. And so I should, I have to go and declutter that. Now, bear with me. I have to put on my handheld fan because I can feel myself sweating underneath on my neck. I don't know if it's the light or if it's hot flushes. Who knows? Nowadays, I do have my handheld, but I have a little bit of the denoiser. So hopefully you won't hear the hum of the fan too much. But I need to cool myself down, or else you're going to see me sweat. Gonna make you sweat. Okay, let's go. The next section here is journal. So I have my daily journal prompt, my daily affirmations, my gratitude trigger list. So I am going to go and label that. So if and when I would like to journal my feelings, journal my thoughts, I've got my prompts there. So these are free as part of the Plannerettes Inner Circle. So for those of you who are new here, I was going to open the Plannerettes Inner Circle to the public. I currently have my founding members in there and the early bird access. But I even created a free webinar as a lead up to it, but my mental well-being, I had to preserve my mental well-being and protect it because I think I was burning myself out. And also, we have had some sad news that's happening. So I want to make sure emotionally I am there for my family, and for me to be able to do that, I have to be strong, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So I have had to put my Plannerettes Inner Circle on hold, and so I don't know what form it'll be. So at the moment I am not making any major decision, because as my husband said, when you're vulnerable or when you're taking time to rest and recover and just have a reset, it is not the time to make major decisions. So I am taking that advice, and which is what I tell a lot of you, my Plannerettes, is important to look after yourself, okay? Not just when you're sick physically, but also when you are, because sometimes we think we're only exhausted when it's physical exhaustion, but it is also emotional. If you're going through a little bit of trials and tribulations when it comes to your feelings or your mental well-being, stop, hold, pause, whether it's taking a deep breath for just a minute or taking half the day off. Hey, I got the calendar off. I thought while I was talking away, maybe if I don't, how sometimes when you're not concentrating on something, somehow you do a better job. All right, so let me put my calendar label. Okay, so there's my calendar. So of course, when tomorrow is the 31st, so when we go to November, I will move my calendar here. But for the moment, it's still October, so I'm going to put that there. Okay, and then the other one that I had was my habit tracker. So yeah, so I've had to put my launching my Plannerettes Inner Circle, because I have recognized that when I start to feel like, doubting myself or putting myself down or saying non-nice things to myself, that is a sign that, I'm burning out. And burning out, again, like I said, doesn't mean it's only physical burnout, that because if you have had rest, if you've been sleeping and then you still feel tired, and then you go, why am I still tired? I've had a lot of rest, especially maybe if you've come from a little bit of a break or a holiday or a vacation. It's probably because you haven't allowed yourself to reset mentally, or emotionally, or all three, okay? And it can take a toll on you. So it's important that you look after yourself, because what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup. And so if you are a carer of children, a carer of your elderly relatives, you can't go and look after them. And for me, I need to be there for my family emotionally, because it is, a bit of a sad time for our family. And so I won't be 100%. I'm just cleaning up. I won't be 100% for either if I put too much on my plate. Okay, so there we go. Where are we next? So brain dump. So there's my brain dump. So that's ready for my Sunday. Those of you in the US, it will be your Saturday afternoon or evening. It is already scheduled, so make sure to check my channel. It'll say up and coming, and click the notify button, so then you know exactly when I will be on. Now, I think for you, it'll be, for those in the US, it'll still be 1st of November. So your clock, I think, has not changed yet by that time. So I know when it comes to my Monday live stream, your clocks either go backwards or forwards. I'll just look at the time converter, because it does confuse me sometimes. And so, but yeah, so continuing on, remember, press the on button. And okay, so as you can see, all the labels that I've just printed, it is still in the the small font. So I'm going to keep it at that. I'm not going to clear it all. I'm not pressing this one. I'm pressing the go back button. So, because I know somewhere along the way, I'll print, or type, print, and it'll still be the wrong font. So there we go. We go back Lil. I'll see if I'm okay. So there we go. Next, running to-do list. So running and space 2, and I would like to do the dash on the to-do list. So there we go. Symbols. Okay. There's the little dash. Okay. Running to do. I think I'm just going to put running to do. Okay. So, and then what else? Halt and burnout. So I'm going to press the space bar 3 times to give that little bit of space in between each word. 1, 2, 3. H. I'm going to put I'm going to insert a period or a full stop. Okay, so because HALT is acronym for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. So I'll have to look for there we go. There is the period there. Okay. H, A. Insert symbol. Okay. L. Insert symbol. Full stop. Okay. And one more, HALT. T. Insert symbols. Full stop. Period. HALT. And then what did I say? The burnout. So I think I want 2 lines. So 1, 2, 3. Burnout. SOS. So 1, 2, 3. I created a 7-day burnout reset printable. So that came at a time where I was hearing a lot of my plannerettes saying that they're overwhelmed by their to-do list, and when you try and catch up when you're already overwhelmed, you're going to put more pressure on yourself. So sometimes it's just taking 1 page at a time. So the burnout SOS, I'll make sure to pop that, but it's in my shop at maryanncresp.com. It just has daily prompts of wellness and resets, and just write down 1, 2, or 3 tasks or priorities, and that's it. Because you need to not start from a running position when you're already too overwhelmed. So hold burnout, future log 1, 2, 3, and future log running total. Right. So the last three labels, I don't have the divided tabs for it yet. M, insert symbol, okay, MC. So I have to make the divider for it, but I'll print out the labels for it now. So then that way I can save up on debit accounts for my expense tracker. Okay, so now let's print it. Hopefully I didn't make any spelling mistakes, because you know, talking and typing can be, yeah, not good, especially when, you know, brain fog kicks in. So whoever else is here, make sure to say hello. Where are you from? You know, we've got where Aryan was from, Malaysia. We had Susan earlier, and Charmaine's Philadelphia. So yeah, let me know. Okay, here we go. And then you've got the cutter on the side. There we go, cuts away. And then there's all our labels. Now, even though these, so you can get, of course, the Dymo branded clear tape. They are more expensive than the generic ones, or no-name brands. So this is the one that I have linked in the description below. So clear, transparent. You can also get, of course, white labels. Let me show you. So this one, oops, this one is a white label. Let me see, white paper. Okay, so if you're just putting it on straight onto white documents, then of course you won't need a clear tape. You can also get, I don't know if you can get like a generic brand, but in the Dymo label maker, Dymo labels, you can also get labels that are washable. So for maybe the kids' uniforms, you know. So there we go. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we, people? Okay, so let's cut off the excess. So there we go. So yeah, I don't know, but somehow today it feels like a Friday. Feels like a Friday to me, but because I work from home and I work on the weekends, I normally take it easy on a Thursday, Friday. But yeah, it's the weekends and weekdays for me, yeah, there's no difference. All right, so I'm going to keep these three running total. MC is Marianne Crest, my debit account for my content creation, and then debit accounts are all our personal household accounts. I'm going to keep it handy. I won't cut them individually because I know if they're all small, too small, I may lose them. So the other ones that we have here, we have the running to do, as well as the halt, and then the burnout SOS planner pages. So if you registered for my halt check-in webinar, the free webinar, you would have also received the halt check-in printable. So now if you didn't register, you can still watch the replay of the halt check-in here on my channel, but the printable is now available at my shop. Okay, so only to those that registered. That's why it's really important. Anytime you see something you like and it's free, look, you know, sometimes people go, oh, there's a catch, you know, they're trying to sell me something. You have to understand, yes, you know, we have families to feed, and so as much as I don't have the luxury of you know, doing and giving everything away for free. If I did when I was first starting out, because I was not, You know, when I first started content creation, it was just a way to show the things I was doing, you know, instead of bombarding my family and friends on Facebook. And I was just sharing what I was sharing. But then, you know, I have two sons, an 18-year-old, there we go. So brain dump and running to do. So that's that. So then if I need to go and look for my brain dump page, all I need to do is go boop and go boop. And there we go. I'll go straight to that page. That's why clear divided tabs are really good. Saves you from having to, you know, flip through the pages and search for the ones that you need. So remember, productivity is boosted or helped when you are efficient and effective, and finding effective and efficient ways to set up your planner pages is one of the ways to, where did it go, is to reduce the overwhelm when it comes to your planning. Okay, so there's the HALT. So remember, HALT is an acronym of hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. A lot of the times when we start to stress or start to, you know, get a little bit snappy, one of these four, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, is not being met. So if, you know, have you eaten? Remember, you know how when they say, are you hangry? So that's hungry and angry. You know, make sure you are meeting your needs. So if you're hungry, eat. If you're angry, maybe go for a walk. If you're lonely, reach out to friends. If you're tired, have a rest. Okay, so this was the printable, and then based on the journaling that we did as part of that webinar replay, you can check that out on my channel. What does it look for you? Because hungry may look different to someone else. What does angry, you know, when I'm angry, what do you tend to do? When you're lonely, what do you notice in yourself? When you're tired, what do you start to do? By noticing that, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you notice what's happening within you, feelings, or the way you act physically, you can then start to put a self-care go-to activity in place. So straight away you go, all right, oh, I was snappy this morning. Why? Oh, because I haven't eaten. Let's go have my breakfast. Or, you know, I've been scrolling on my phone, doom scrolling, and now I feel bad with all the news of the world. What can I do? I might talk to a friend instead. Okay, so that's HALT. And what's next? Future log. So the last tab that I have here, what did I have? What's missing? What is missing? Let's have a look. Am I missing something? Goals, journal, brain dump, HALT and burnout, future log. I think maybe that's just a spare. I'll find. Oh, expense tracker. That's it. That's what I forgot. I'll have this as future log, and I'll have this as expense tracker. Okay. That's what was missing. Okay, so next, let's have a look. If you're still here with me, thank you. I do appreciate it. I know it's probably an odd time for a lot of people going to bed or just getting up. So if you are watching this on replay, type replay in the comment section for me, please, so then I know you are here with me watching, maybe while you're getting ready or you are starting your day. There's future log. So the future log, because I don't plan on a dated planner, as you can see here. So here's November. Okay, it's non-dated, and I plan 1 month at a time, but I need to have a place to write down future items. So I have a future log. So here I'll have birthday, events, excursions for the kids, doctor's visits, and anything else that come up, subscription. So if you have annual subscriptions, or when you need to have the car maintained, I write down on here. So then when it comes time to plan for the new month, all of these dates, I will go and transfer them to my calendar. Okay, and then of course for 2026 I already have that ready, and then I've got to fill that out. So that is also available in the shop at maryanncresp.com. So then, for example, my birthday, my anniversary, hubby's birthday, mum's birthday, son's birthday, other son's birthday, and any other events. So for example, for November, I have a friend's 50th that's going to be happening. So I knew about that 2 months before. So instead of, forgetting when it is, I put it down in my future log. So that's what a future log is. So there's enough space for you to write down all the different things. So let me just quickly, before I forget, I'm going to put my expense tracker on. And you know what? I'm going to clear it all, and then I'm going to make sure to change the size to small. Okay. Expense trackers. Expense tracker, print. All right, so let me clean up as I go. So if you want to know how to create your own clear divided tabs, I have the link in the description. I use in that tutorial, I use a laminated sheet cut to size. These ones I have at the moment is document envelopes. As you can see, they're quite flimsy, but they don't need to be sturdy or stiff. It's just they need to be stand out enough on the side or at the bottom for you to grab it and then flip it. Okay, so these ones are clear document envelopes cut to size, but in the instruction or in the tutorial video, it is a laminated sheet. And I think someone, one of my plannerettes also, if you go to, this is for those in the US, if you go to your dollar store, there I think is a clear placemat that you can use and cut into clear divided tabs. And you don't even have to have it clear. Okay, you can use a nice pretty printed cardstock, and there we go, printed cardstock, so then it's a pretty one. I like the clear divided tabs, so then that way you can still see on the other side, because of course if it's printed you'll only see this side. But here, if I need to look at November stuff, I don't have to go and flip the divided tab. Okay, so that's why I do like the laminated sheet or the document envelope. And again, for those of you in the US, I believe in your dollar store there is a clear placemat that you can cut to size. Let me just pop this one on. Expense tracker, does it fit? Oh no, it doesn't fit, or it just fits, but I don't want it right at the edge, so I'm just gonna cut that up. Expense, pop it there, grab the other side, and whoop, expense tracker, grab it there. So that will live after my future log. And just as the bottom ones, I'm not relabeling them because they're still fine as is. See how they're a little bit faded? Again, because it is heat printed label maker. Through wear and tear and the heat of your fingers when you're touching it, it will fade over time. But that's, I've got the TV shows tracker. So here I've got the movies tracker, books tracker, savings tracker, and then here is my YouTube tracker, but I haven't updated in a while. So just a recap, today I labeled my do-it-yourself clear divided tabs, the side ones, using my Dymo LetraTag label maker. You can buy cartridge refills for it, so you can either have a white paper backing or a clear one like this. But I do have in the description below is the generic version. And yeah, they're fine. Because sometimes, you know, when you do buy non-branded refills, the quality may not be as good, but these ones are good. They're nice and bold in their print. So that's quite really good. Okay, and so then these ones are the ones that I have. So this Australian dollars was 246. I think it was 25, and then one of these One of these was about $15 Australian dollars. So it is good to buy, you know, the compatible generic version as well. Okay, there we go. So Dymo LetraTag label maker, I have that in the link in my Amazon US storefront. This is the desktop version. There is also a handheld one, and you can buy cartridges for them in different types, white paper backing or clear ones. And then I already have in the description how you can make your own clear divider tabs using document envelope or laminated sheet. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you got to the end, and hopefully, just like Charmaine, you learned a few little things like I did a few weeks back when it comes to your Dymo LetraTag label maker. Bye everybody. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye.